Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Glad you could join us here on a Wednesday morning. We're going to be discussing some hot points right now on our MYG lineup. We're seeing a ton of rate increases every day. We seem to get another email from a carrier that's increasing their interest rates, either on the fixed interest rates or on indexed rates. Seeing a major increase in rates here in 2022. We're expecting that trend to continue at least into July, based on rates. So hoping to see rates up in the 4% range soon on a 5-year rate. Right now, the best we have is at 360. Otherwise, on a 3-year rate guarantee, we're hoping to see that up in the 3.5 range. Right now, the best we have is at 330. So 330 for 3 years, 3.6 for 5. Those are the highest rates we have right now on those short-term contracts. Of course, each company is a little bit different in what they're offering regarding rates. We'll see how this continues through the year. We continue to offer new producer builders. We got different levels of production. The first 180 days of being contracted, you can earn some nice incentives based on your levels of production, anywhere from $100,000 up to $1 million. We have different lead systems, radio programs, cash, iPads, a lot of good stuff you can qualify based on your production through IAMS. In the first 180 days, great way to get a jump on the year. And with these higher interest rates, definitely a much better story now than we've seen in the last 10 years regarding fixed rates, regarding index cap rates, much higher returns clients can attain based on those different rates of interest. We also have a referral program. You can refer agents to IAMS. We pay you $50 when they get contracted, and then based on their business, you can earn overrides based on what they write. It's 20 basis points based on indexed annuity premium, MYG basis 10 basis points, and then on life target 15 basis points, and then on single premium life, looks like 7.5 bips. So a good way to get some additional dollars based on those premiums. We also reimburse for marketing expenses. So we put $100 in your account for every $100,000 of indexed annuity premium you submit. So if you were to have $1 million in for 2022 in the first quarter, you'd have $1,000 in your account. So great way to build up some dollars for us to help with those expenses. I know we're seeing the costs of pretty much everything across the board going up, be it your gasoline, your food items, renting a room for doing a seminar, the costs of the food, everything has gone up substantially here in 2022. So I think that's going to continue through the year. We'll see how that plays out, the next few months. But I don't see prices going backwards. I only see them going up at this point. We have a great back office support team here on the administrative side. We've got some great people in the new business team, creative team, people that can help with service issues. A lot of good stuff going there. Great contracting team that can help you out. Getting contracted with any number of carriers. They can do it all at once on our Assurance Bay platform. Good way to get licensed with numerous carriers at the same time. You have to fill out one set of paperwork, and then we can take it from there. So great chance to keep that going. Got a great e-app program, the Firelight system. We have a majority of our companies on Firelight right now. You can utilize their services. Once you get to using Firelight, it makes your job way easier. A lot less information you have to type in along the way. And then, your apps are complete when they go in. And then it's just the minor details moving forward with suitability and go forward with that. So great chance for you to simplify your side of it. No more handwriting situations, missed boxes that aren't checked. Firelight will not let you forward for signatures until the application itself is 100% complete. So do keep that in mind. We've got a great creative team. I know we have Russell, Jacob, Julie, a couple other individuals on that end. They do a great job on putting together advertising campaigns. Maybe you want to redo your website, send out a 1,000-piece mailing. They can help you out with all kinds of items of interest there. You could do redo brochures, business cards, do social media advertising. They can really help you out with all that information. So really a nice go-to on the marketing side, on the creative side. Good group of people over there that can help you out that side of it. We have our website, the IAMS Inc. website. I use this every day, looking up interest rates, with these companies changing pretty much on a daily basis. I always go to that as opposed to paper items, because as soon as you print that thing off, it's out of, it's not up to date. So I always go right to the website and able to pick up information that way. So we've got an annuity tab you click on. You click on MYGs, or you click on index, or you click on fixed. You can pick up all the current rates there. We've got great industry links. Maybe look up AM Best rating on a specific carrier. Maybe go to a state website, look up tax information. It's all available on our industry links. So great chance to pick up some good details on that end. We got a retirement analyzer software program. It's a great software piece you can utilize with clients. Gives you a great overview where the client stands today for retirement, what they were looking at 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road. You can plug in a lot of different variables between hospital stays, premature deaths. Maybe the individual wants to buy a new Corvette when they turn 65. You can throw that expense in. So a lot of different details you can utilize on that side. I know Marcus Solar is the expert on the retirement analyzer in our office. If you do want to get some additional information from Marcus, he'd be glad to get that over to you. Great details you can get on that end of it. We have also opened up our wealth management side here in the last 3 years. I know we've seen a big increase on individuals that have gotten Series 65 licensed. I'd say over top 20 annuity producers, 80% of them now are licensed to do securities. It's just an additional offering you can have to clients, a great feather in your cap you can utilize. If you do have interest, I just sent a poll out. If you have interest in getting some additional information on our wealth management side, be glad to have Duncan give you a call. He's our marketer on that end. You can go over any questions you have. We've got some great investment platforms. I know the market's been really ups and downs this year, more downs than ups recently, but we will hopefully see some gains in the market over the next few weeks, and hopefully we'll see that market stabilize. But right now it's definitely on the downward turn. But if you do have interest in getting some additional information on the creative side, or actually on the wealth management side, be glad to have one of my experts on that end give you a call. They'd be glad to go over kind of what we offer on that end of the program. So do keep that in mind on that side. I'm gonna go and get this closed off. We'll go ahead and move forward. We also have our life and annuity academies. We do these about once a quarter. I know we've got one coming up in June. If you would like to attend one of our meetings, I just launched a second poll there. It's the 15th to the 17th of June. We're holding it in Des Moines. It should be a really good overview of the market at that time. On the annuity end, I know we go over sales ideas, we go over advertising, bring up a nice board of some of our bigger producers, be going over sales ideas with you, kind of what they do to get in front of more clients, what they do to make more closes. They can really help you out with that overall program there. But if you do have interest in going, it is all expense paid. We take care of your room, your board, your travel. Basically, all you have to do is get to the airport or get to the location. If you're driving, we take care of the rest. So it's really a really good event to attend. I know we have a lot of individuals that have gone in the past, had very good experiences. They want to come back. Their volume of business escalates when they come back from one of these meetings. A good refresher, some great stuff we cover at these meetings. So that's something you have interest in. Leave this open for another 20 seconds or so. Glad to have you out. It's about a 2.5-day meeting. We typically coming on a Wednesday. Meeting starts Wednesday night, goes all day Thursday, goes into Friday morning, and then you would go back to your location Friday afternoon. So you'll be at home for the weekend. It's just a good way to get out, pick up some valuable information from some of our speakers, pick up some information from the other attendees. It's just a win-win across the board for you to attend these meetings. So definitely keep that in mind there. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the MYG annuities, also our CD replacement kit. I know we did a little advertising on this the last few weeks. We got a great package of information we can send you. It's got a taxable equivalent yield chart. We got CDs versus annuities comparison. You got CDs versus fixed indexed annuities. We got a prospecting letter in there. Different presentations you can look at. Basically going broke if you end up running out of money. Definitely want to look at some of our income plays on that side, and then some of our top annuity solutions. What fits the best in certain situations. That annuities versus CDs chart. Looking at tax deferral, liquidity. All kinds of good stuff you can pull up on that side of it. Really haven't seen as much movement in CD rates as we have on the annuity end, so I think an annuity is definitely a good way to go at this point. If you take a look at money markets, looking at short-term CDs, you're still seeing rates at 2% and below. And with the annuity rates climbing closer to 4%, you're definitely seeing a huge difference in payouts based on annuities versus banks, annuities versus money markets. And with the stock market, dropping 1,000 points pretty much twice this last 10 days, it's definitely a situation where people are looking for safer investments. They're sick of watching the market. They're sick of getting their statements where they've lost 20% in the last 4 months. They want to find ways to increase their share, not decrease it. So definitely keep that in mind. We'll be discussing a number of fixed annuity carriers over the next few minutes. We've got some really good solutions on that side. We've got American Life, Americo, Guggenheim, Pacific Guardian Life. We have a lot of different options there on rates. We have seen, as I mentioned, a number of companies increasing interest rates, and we probably are going to see more of that happening in the next 30, 60 days. And we're hoping to see rates up in some areas they have not been in for 15, 20 years. The Fed's been holding rates down for the last decade, 2 decades. We haven't seen rates in the 4 to 5% range forever, and it's a great way for you to move some money that's been sitting at 3, sitting at 3.5. Client can make 1% additional. Definitely worth their time to move some money, and some great opportunities there. And as I mentioned on that little CD comparison package, if you have interest in that, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a copy. Everyone that attended today, we'll get that link for that CD comparison program. Some great stuff there to take a look at. So Americo has got their Platinum Assure 5. It's a 360 rate, guaranteed for 5 years. You have 10% available starting day 1. You've got nursing home benefit, terminal illness, hospital confinement waiver. You got some good liquidity with this policy. It's a 5-year deal. You can roll after 5 years. You're going to make 3.6% every year you're in the contract. It's the highest rate we have in the market right now. Really a strong play. If you look at Nassau Re, they've got a 5-year and a 7-year rate. No liquidity. Their rates are 3.2 on a 5-year, 3.3 on a 7. If you need liquidity, you've got 3% rate on a 5-year, 3.1 on a 7. You got 10% available starting the 2nd year. Minimum deposit's $10,000. It's a 30-day window at the end of the time period. You needed to move your money out or it's going to renew for another 5 or 7 years, depending what you got in originally. This plan is available to age 85. Good combination right now. We do see some decent business going to Nassau right now. They've definitely increased their market share. Atlantic Coast Life, they have a simple interest rate contract and a compounded interest. The simple rates are slightly higher. You're at Safe Harbor at 430. First year on a 5-year, 330 base. That's going to renew years 2 through 5 at 330. You skip up to the 7-year, you can see that rate's at 455. Renew at 355. Really good combination. It does have a death benefit feature you can add on, which does cost 25 basis points to add that. Otherwise, it is a 5-year payout on death. So keep that in mind. Safe Haven is a compounded contract, 4.1 first year, 3.1 base on a 5-year. That ends up being about 3.3, I believe, if you mix those together. Otherwise, you look at their 7-year, they're at 420 and 320, and then their 10 years at 430 and 330. Good combination there. They got the preferred 10% withdrawal feature, cost you 15 basis points. If you want the interest accumulation taken out, it's going to cost you 5 basis points. So we do have some different options there with Atlantic Coast. Good company. They also offer a short-term fixed rate or indexed annuity called the Safe Anchor. You got a 2.7% fixed rate right now, guaranteed all 5 years. They have an annual point-to-point cap at 410. The monthly averaging cap is at 420, and then the monthly sum is at 1.75. We do have other carriers that do have higher rates, including Great American. Their rates are up in the 5, 5.5, 6% range. So a little better than the 4.1 here with the Atlantic Coast. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a good short-term deal. Great American does have a 3-year and a 5-year option. Really good combinations there. Sentinel Life, one of our companies they've used the last number of years. They've got really good fixed rates right now. They have a 5-year rate at 350, 7-year rate at 355, 10-year rate at 360. That is available in most states. Good chance for you to have your clients earn a good interest rate. There are some deductions if you want RMDs paid out, if you want the 10% free withdrawal starting the 2nd year. This plan is available in most states to age 90. Oklahoma available to age 80. So very good plan. They also go down to $2,500 in deposit. So if your client doesn't have a lot of money, maybe they want to put in $5,000, this product will take it. And it is limited in state availability. So you do want to verify that it is available in your state. Silac, one of our core carriers, very good company. They've got some great index plans. They have a 2-year and a 5-year fixed. You can see their 2-year, the high rate is at 215. Their 5-year rate, the high rate's at 295. We're hoping to see Silac increase some of their rates here in the next couple of weeks. They have not gone through some of the rate increases we've seen with other carriers, so they're kind of holding off right now. They are available to age 90. Minimum deposit is $10,000. They do have a full death benefit, and there is 5% free withdrawals on the secure savings contract. The Elite has no free withdrawals, so do keep that in mind on that side. We'll launch another quick poll. If you'd like to get some additional information on some of the programs we've talked about so far today, there's just a couple more we'll be discussing here before the end of the program. I'm going to try to keep this down to under a half an hour in duration, keep you back in the field as quickly as possible. But if you have interest in getting some additional details on some of the plans we discussed, I'll be giving everyone a call post-webinar and kind of go over what you had some interest in seeing more information on. But we really do have some very good rates. And, as we get up that ladder, getting closer to some of these bigger numbers, we're going to see a huge amount of money move in the next, 90 days. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these companies, pretty much shut their doors after they've gotten so much money in. So see how it plays out, but I think we get to that 4% number, you're going to see unbelievable amounts of money moving in that direction. I mean, I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's renewing some of his indexed annuities right now. Caps are in the mid twos. I said, hey, you know, this is almost out of surrender charge. We're looking at a 4% rate probably next 60 days. He goes, you need to give me a call when you get that 4% rate because I'm going to move my money to that. You know, why have a plan that has a 2.5%, 3% cap? You know, there's going to be years we don't make any money. The market's down. With the 4% rate guarantee that will eventually will happen this year, that's guaranteed every year to be at that return. So no questions asked. Again, this is Matt Tour. Appreciate the being on this morning. Been in the marketing department here at IAMS for a number of years. Kind of know how this thing works. So be glad to have any questions asked. You have, you know, post webinar. If you need to get some proposals, be glad to get those done. We got some great stuff happening here going into May. I'm gonna go ahead and close that deal here. Equitrust, the good company we've been utilizing for the last 15, 20 years. They got a great plan called the Choice 4. You got a 4.04 first year rate. You got a 1.5% base. It has a 10% free withdrawals. Full death benefit issued to age 85. And the biggest thing about it, it's a 6-year contract that pays a 5.5% comp. Nobody else we have has anything even close to that on the comp side. Most of our 5-year contracts paying a compensation now between 2 and 2.5. Your 3-year contracts are paying between 1 and 1.5. But this 6-year contract with Equitrust, it's got liquidity, it's got, you know, good benefits, it's got a, you know, really good rate, especially first year, and it pays an outstanding commission to you at, you know, 5.5% to age 80. You got someone from 81 to 85. Compensation still above 4, which is really unheard of on a 6-year contract at that age. It's a win-win. Client wins and you win. So keep that in mind. Fidelity and Guarantee, another good carrier we have, just increased their rates recently. They got a 3-year rate at 315. They have a 5-year rate at 350. They only do e-apps, so you have to do an electronic app to submit business to F&G on this MYG contract. Available to age 90. Commissions, as you can see, 1.5 on a 3-year, 2 on a 5, 2.25 on the 7. They do reduce at higher ages. This plan is available to age 90. You got interest-only free withdrawals, and you do have a full death benefit to the beneficiary. So haven't seen some good money go in that direction. Guggenheim, another good carrier we offer. They've got 3-year, 5, 6, 8, and 10-year contracts. You can see their 3 years at 3, their 5-year at 310, 6-year at 315. Available to age 90. They'll go down to $5,000 on qualified monies to invest. Commissions from 0 to 80 or 2.5, and some good compensations there on, you know, on higher issue ages. Not as good as Equitrust, but some decent rates there. Good thing about Guggenheim, you know, people recognize that name, and you've got some decent rates right now, especially in that 5 to 7 year or 5 to 6 year range. You know, even 3-year at 3, it's a good year. You know, good rates. I wouldn't go long right now based on what rates are climbing. You're better by going on shorter term deals. So keep that in mind. We also have a activity on Facebook and LinkedIn. I know that you can get on and go to our accounts or that facebook.com/IAMS Inc. and then you got the LinkedIn program there. So definitely some opportunities to follow us on the that side of it. I'm going to close it and hit that LinkedIn dealer, but I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Try to keep this under a half an hour. We did change our trip location to the Greenbrier, which is in West Virginia. Qualification for that does run through the end of June. Takes 4 million points to qualify. Probably should have above probably around 60 qualifiers at this point we're kind of looking at. Should be a great trip. We're going to keep it in the States now. Not going to be requiring some of the programs that were required to be in the Europe situation. So a lot of our agents were not willing to go to Europe this time of year based on what's going on with the Ukraine. So they're going to try to stay away from that area. But we'll be holding that meeting the beginning of October. Should be a fantastic time by all. Really good way to get to see some of the fellow members of IAMS. Get to meet some of the higher end producers. We've got some great individuals that attend these meetings every year. For the last 20 years. Great times, good things going on there. So anything you need, give me a call. My name is Matt. I'll be in today and tomorrow, 800-255-5055. Appreciate your time. We'll keep you posted on all rates. I know we're still seeing rate increases. Just got a notification this morning from Bright House Financial. They're increasing their rates. The first time they've done that in the last number of months. But we are seeing a lot of rate increases. So otherwise, everyone have a great week. Enjoy your spring. Hopefully it is less windy where you are than in Omaha. It's been brutally windy here the last 2 weeks. And we'll look forward to warmer days. Thanks. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.